Hello and welcome to another edition of ECS Video Podcast News. This is the first in a new series of programmes that we're going to be doing where we give you the opportunity to see the construction of our new cleanroom complex as it happens and go behind the scenes and talk to some of the people who are going to be most involved in designing and building the new complex. This is going to be one of the state-of-the-art facilities in the UK, probably the leading interdisciplinary cleanroom complex, and as it goes up there'll be plenty of things to talk about. Congratulations, Wendy, that was absolutely fantastic. You've just demolished the first part of the building.
Fantastic, yeah.
So this is a really exciting day for us. It's a year on from the fire. Just give me an idea of how it feels for you to be standing in this space that none of us have been in before and actually be part of the demolition.
Well, it's amazing actually just to be in here. I didn't come in here last year during the fire, and it's so exciting. The silver lining is here. Right, we always knew there would be a silver lining, and now we can see it happening. And you know, this is coming down, and within 2 weeks they'll start the foundations for the new build, and within 2 years we'll be in it and you know, really rocking again. So
it's a really good feeling to be here. I think everyone feels that.
It's fantastic. I mean, there is a sense of this is the day, this is the anniversary of the fire, and there is a sense of remembering how really bad it was for people, but you know, we can now really look forward, and it is evidence that things are happening. The university have delivered on their promise. It's been a great team effort. People dealing with all sorts of detail, and actually I was saying just now that we really all had to live our lives at double pace during the last year because we've had to do the day job, and we're fiercely proud of having kept the school going without any real drop in quality of what we do, really for the students. And we've had to do that and deal with all the consequences of the fire. And the sheer detail of what people have had to, the insurance claim and the plans for the new building, it's just been amazing.
Your period of office is going to be regarded as one of the most eventful in the school's history, and that's largely because of the fire. And I just wondered if there was a time, I'm sure lots of us remember you getting out of a taxi and walking along University Road when you arrived back. If there was a time when you were actually doubtful about what the outcome would be, if you either wondered about whether you were going to be able to rise to the challenge or whether the school would really recover from it?
I certainly worried about whether I could rise to the challenge. I think, well, if you're a leader, any leader has to have doubts no matter how much you hide them. And I remember standing on University Road and thinking, I don't know that I can do this because I need someone to tell me what to do, and there isn't, you know, I've got to. And it actually was a teamwork. I mean, there were lots, you know, the Vice Chancellor and the Secretary and Registrar, and they did their bit in terms of from the university level, and of course Harvey was fantastic working with the fire brigade, and then sort of in leading the plans for the rebuild. But I knew that I had to show leadership in terms of keeping the school together and on track. And the problem was there were so many things to do at once.
About a year from now.
Yeah.
I mean, not much more from a year from now. Yeah. We hope we will be walking into these clean rooms as our clean rooms, as our optical laboratories, as our offices, as our coffee room, as our place to socialise.
Very good. So you're already planning hard for all of that very detailed fit out, I'm sure.
Very much so. I mean, the role of the school and of the ORC is very much to tell the team what we need, and then to go through an iteration with the team to try and make sure that's both achievable and affordable. Huge amounts of work from John Tucknott in the ORC, from Brian Alt, from Adrian Pickering, from many people on the specification side. The design team can only get it right if the specification is right. We then have to often iterate with them and say, well, you know, for whatever reason that's not quite what we need. The cost may be unaffordable, so it's often a very iterative process. But ultimately, you have to freeze the specification, hand it to the team, and Mike and company here get on with making it for us.
I think you're quite a happy man at the moment.
It's amazing to see this coming together again after the last year and a half, which has been a difficult one for everybody. I mean, not only those people directly affected, but for the whole school. I mean, lots of people have been affected by this indirectly, as well as those of us more directly hit. But I think you can now begin to see that the university is delivering on the promise that it was made on the Monday after the fire. We will rebuild, it will be bigger, it will be better in many ways than it was before. There it is.